Here I Grew Up is a story about Abraham Lincoln's life in Indiana from the time the Lincolns moved here when he was 7 years old to the time that he left for Illinois when he was 21. And it shares some stories that a lot of people are aware of, but it tells it in a very unique way that I think is going to be very exciting and new and refreshing to our audiences.
We've gone through quite a number of different kinds of things, starting with the basic script and then figuring out, like any writer I suppose does, what fits in with the story that we're trying to tell with this particular one, and removing parts that aren't.
When we came back that second year with Young Abe Lincoln, we knew we were bringing something new in this third year. And so it simply was a question from Mark saying, can we tell this story in a different way that that our audience will love? And so Actors Community Theater took on that challenge and brought together a group of 7 people with diverse backgrounds to take on that challenge.
What we've done is taken a fairly lengthy, I think if the first script that I saw probably would have been 3 hours long at least.
It's really difficult to take 14 years worth of material and condense it into a 2-hour story, and sometimes to make the story flow and fit and transition smoothly, small parts of history have to be tweaked a tiny bit.
Finding the balance between historical accuracy and a little, you have to take some poetic license.
I think what's special about this show is that it doesn't have Abraham Lincoln's name in the title, right? It's Here I Grew Up. So I think just looking at that right away, we know that we're focused more on the space and the community that shaped him, as opposed to a story that just looks at Lincoln's life.
So we get to see more of Natty, and we get to see more of Peter Bruner and the Grigsbys as a whole. It's not just Aaron and Natty anymore. We get to see Junior and Charlie and William, right? So I think that this script, we really focused on bringing some of those community members more to the forefront, and to spotlight those families a little bit more.
This is more about the people of Little Pigeon Creek and the way they influenced Lincoln, the way they helped him become who he became.
You don't have to be president to have an important story. And so, we had a cast of about 45 people representing various members of the Spencer County Pioneer community. And I think every single one of their stories is important, and I think it's a real honor to get to bring those stories to life on this stage.
Of course, the other thing that's different about this way of telling these stories is the first in all of these stories that have been told, the first time that Lincoln gets to sing on stage.
What makes this show different, I think, is the way in which we tell it, which I can't tell you because it gives it away.
I think maybe more so than any other Lincoln show, it's a beautiful blend of lively entertainment, but there's also just some really beautiful artistic imagery and symbolism that is layered and woven in within the script.
His story's been told over and over again, but there's always a new way to look at it.
I could just listen to the music itself without any of the lyrics.
So I think we do a really nice job of having these high energy dance numbers that people are going to be singing the tunes to for weeks to come.
And I'm real excited to see the whole thing as it comes to life.
I get goosebumps every time I think about it because it's just
this charge, this moment in the finale.
I'm excited to tell this story again in a different way.